Hey ladies, Beth here. I'm doing a video later on in the evening. I made one actually earlier today, but I decided to make another one because I forgot my medication was delivered today for IVF. Obviously, I have some updates that I haven't given you guys. I have, as usual, made this video about 100 times, and something's happened midway again, and I just didn't upload it. So, first, before anything, where I am in my cycle right now. Today was my last day of birth control, so that's pretty cool. I am supposed to start stimming on the 6th, and my scheduled egg retrieval is on the 17th, so that's pretty cool. I don't think that there is any way that we would be doing a 3-day transfer. We did a 5-day last time, but we have decided to go forth with PGD since the entire reason we're doing this time is for recurrent miscarriage. And for those of you, sorry, I'm moving here. There we go, it's better light. For those of you who don't know anything about PGD, that's pregenetic diagnosis, I believe. And they take 1 to, I believe, 5 cells out of the embryo, and they can test it for, a bunch of different things, whatever you want them to test it for genetic abnormalities. For us, we're just seeing, hey, are we going to, is this embryo basically going to miscarry? Are the chromosomes not adding up correctly? We are also, I know that I'm going to have mixed opinions here, we are also going to find out the sex and be transferring, hopefully, to healthy girls so that we can have a boy and a girl and not have to go through this again. It'll be really different this time if it works, praying for that. It'll be different this time knowing the gender, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Science is pretty amazing. Anyhow, yeah, so what I was saying is I don't think that 3-day transfers are really possible because we're doing 1 cell being taken out of the embryo because normally you have to do an FET, and for those of you who are new to the community, that's a frozen embryo transfer. Normally you have to do an FET if you do PGD, and with our clinic you don't have to. We can do a fresh transfer, which is great, but you can only do that if you take 1 cell out, and that's done on day 3. So that'll be done then, and we'll hear the next day what the turnout is. Hopefully the embryos in the meantime aren't, harmed from that process. I talked to, I believe it was the embryologist about it, specifically who's going to be doing it, and she was great. It made me feel so much more comfortable about the entire process, so I'm really glad that I got to do that. And obviously I'll keep you guys updated along the way about how that's going. Beyond that, I have a very different cycle this time. I love my IVF consultant, by the way. I had a couple appointments, obviously, since I last talked to you guys. I had my first screening, my first ultrasound, and a saline ultrasound, which I had no idea I was getting that done, so bad surprise there, but it wasn't as painful as the first time at all. So probably because they didn't have to see if my fallopian tubes were open, so they didn't have to put as much saline in. But everything looked good, my ovaries looked quiet, and tomorrow I go in for the mid-cycle follicle scan. So I'm crossing my fingers that I don't have any cysts, especially, any functional cysts, so I don't have to, potentially cancel the cycle and start over again. which has happened to me before. If you haven't watched, my older videos. So I'm hoping. And I haven't been doing quite as much as I did before when conceiving Hunter to prevent that. Natural remedies for cyst prevention. So we'll see. I'll update you guys again tomorrow. But yeah, I have a very different cycle this time, different medications. The amount is different. I'll explain to you why. I obviously asked my IVF consultant why, when my medications worked well, when this type of cycle worked so great for me last time, why are we changing it? And I'll explain that when I open my package. I decided to not open it right away. I just took it out of my refrigerator because my husband got it and just plopped it right in there. So I just kind of decided, hey, for you guys that haven't received your little medicine care package, this is roughly about what you'll be getting. So let's open it. Here we go. And this is what you'll be getting in the mail. Let me see if I can. Cold packs. Yeah, there'll be some more cold packs at the bottom. Okay, let's see. Alright, so here is what was in mine. Surrounded by a bunch of ice packs here. So I'm just ripping open the plastic. Sorry, it's moving all over the place. Okay, so last time, I forgot what they called it. I was on like an extended Lupron phase, which means that I was on Lupron for, I'd say, about at least a week before I started stimming, and I have not done Lupron at all this time. And instead of Lupron, I will be going on Gonal-f, and that will be started on the 6th.